reacting to a channel called Nexpo. I recommend you all subscribe to it. I've been watching him for a while, and I decided that I'm going to start reacting to this series that I saw is disturbing things from around the internet. Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. And we begin in 3, 2, 1. Also, let me know if you guys would like me to make a Patreon. Let me know in the comments.
Back in November, I mentioned that I was discontinuing my Unnerving YouTube channels and Unnerving YouTube videos miniseries to a mixed response. I told you guys not to worry, and that's because what you're about to watch is its direct and far improved replacement. Welcome to episode 1 of Disturbing Things from Around the Internet. This is essentially a one-stop shop for creepy finds that I might have stumbled upon recently while browsing online. We'll dive into not only creepy things from YouTube, but from all over the net as well. Today, we're going to dive into 5 hand-picked and disturbing finds from the internet. The recent Hawaii missile scare is one of the most unsettling real-life occurrences to happen in a long time. Back in my Unnerving YouTube videos series, I included an entry about an emergency alert and how disturbing they sound. This is essentially that, but this time, it was for real. Hawaii's residents went into a state of panic following this broadcast, and there were all sorts of goodbyes being given due to the anticipation of all of their lives possibly being wiped out as time ticks closer and closer to the missile's estimated time of arrival, which was said to be just minutes from when the alert went live. Fortunately, this entire fiasco merely turned out to be a false alarm. The footage that residents took during the situation.
Can you imagine you're in Hawaii and the missile scare happens? Like, oh my god. Your whole mindset changes because you think, oh my god, my life's about to end in minutes. Oh man. I can't even imagine the amount of fear and hopelessness and all that's going through your mind in those few minutes. Whew.
However, is entirely disturbing. Take a look at some of it.
Oh, again, videos.
Threat to Hawaii. A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill. If you are indoors, stay indoors. If you are outdoors, seek immediate shelter in a building.
If you're watching this video, that means I didn't make it because of the missile that's coming towards Hawaii. I just parted the last hole and I just hit the shiznik out of my ball. So, I love you all, but I'm playing golf. It's the last thing I'm gonna do.
Oh my god. This guy went to play golf because he wanted that to be the last thing he does. Because he was certain in his mind that he was gonna die of a missile that turned out to be false alarm. False alarm. Just make sure I heard that. Damn.
A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill. If you are indoors, stay indoors. If you are outdoors, seek immediate shelter in a building. Remain indoors well away from windows. If you are driving, Pull safely to the side of the road and seek shelter in a building or lay on the floor. We will announce when the threat has ended. This is not...
Damn.
The sheer terror that comes with an emergency alert, coupled with the idea that these residents believed that they only had a few more minutes to live, really puts things into perspective here.
Yes, it does.
Hawaii is such an isolated state, and if there ever truly were an event like this that were to happen, these people would have absolutely nowhere to go.
That is insane. Oh my God.
This YouTube video showed up in my recommended feed a few months back, and I've seen it a couple of times since then. It involves a family's venture as a tornado rips through their house. It opens with the husband filming a tornado a short distance away, and after a few seconds, it's evident that the storm is moving straight towards them. He then proceeds with his wife to the closet under the stairs, and the terror that follows is much more real than anything out of a horror movie. Look at this.
This has got to be the same feeling from the other one with a missile, except it's just not as many people. But for this wife and husband to have the feeling and seeing a tornado coming to the direction of your home, you're not thinking you're gonna make that. No way does someone go, oh yeah, I'll survive that. You're thinking this might take you out, and it might be over. Man.
Holy shit. Holy moly. Alright.
I wouldn't be outside if I saw a tornado. I'll brace for the end and let it come, man.
Holy shit. Alright, I gotta go. I'm coming, honey. Shit, where you at, hon? God damn, it's bad. I see. Oh my God!
It sounds like it's a... That's insane. Because this is the first time I've actually heard a video with a tornado sound in it. But the noise, you wouldn't think it was a tornado when hearing it. If you didn't see it, I mean. You would just think it's a, like... It's like a buzzing noise. It just sounds like a buzzing noise, and then come to find out it ain't one.
Okay, honey. Oh, Jesus. Stay in. Oh, man. Oh. Shit.
Don't go out there.
No, not yet.
Don't.
Oh. Oh my God. Our house.
Oh my God. Imagine getting back out and seeing that, knowing you have to fix all of it. Oh, I feel that sucks. I feel so bad for them.
It's freaking destroyed, Josie. Oh my God. Where's all...
That wife's emotion is legit, because she knows for a fact that I bet you they don't make the greatest income. I bet they... Now, again, I'm probably wrong. I could be wrong with this, but I'm just going to guess by her reaction that she's not sure if they can get all of that back.
Got him. Oh. I've never seen anything like it. Oh, shit.
Man.
The way that they kept their composure after an event like that is absolutely mind-boggling, and if that were me, I don't think I'd be able to stay that calm. The sounds of the tornado alone are enough to put a horrific image into our minds, and the aftermath of their home is nothing short of grim and depressing.
Yeah.
This video isn't anything like a movie. It's genuine and unfiltered, and I can only hope that this family successfully recovered.
I hope so too.
No matter what kind of storm it is, this really is something that can happen to any of us.
I would love to have an update on that family, actually. If anybody knows can find any sort of update thing, let me know.
At any time.
Radio disturbance.
This is another Facebook post that went live on October 3rd. A user by the name of Terry made a post asking people if they heard the eerie radio broadcast that went live on nearly every station in Louisiana. She claimed that she couldn't find anything on the news regarding the matter, and that after reaching out to other individuals who posted videos of the same thing, determined that this was happening all over the US. This is what they heard.
What a random thing to happen on a radio station. That's weird. And there's nothing on. That's even weirder. I wonder why. If there's multiple things, so hold on, I gotta go. Okay, so your job for people so far, your homework thing is, in the comments, let me know if you can find any sort of update on that family food tornado. And if anyone can decipher what is being said here, let me know.
Now, it sounds like a distorted voice naming off states, and hearing it obviously raises alarm. Allegedly, according to radio broadcast stations, this was an emergency alert test that was sent out, and apparently this happens all the time. The stations claim that it's due to a difference in sampling rate from the raw broadcast to the radio station. If they're out of sync, it causes creepy distortion like you just heard. This is, of course, what the radio stations claim. What was actually being broadcasted, however, is to be determined.
Fun time kids care.
This was a very interesting thing to follow. Back in 2015, a Reddit post was made in the conspiracy subreddit by a user claiming that they lived very close to a supposed daycare that had an extremely strange look to it, and in all 5 years of them living there, have never seen a kid arrive or leave. As expected, this struck interest in Redditors, and people started throwing in suggestions for what it could be.
Money laundering daycare center. Below is a card tumbler that told us to stop asking questions. Then another person replies, Ed, don't make much sense to pay your bill and attention grabbing bright clothes if you were running a criminal enterprise. I wouldn't sweat it. Fair enough. Another person replies, unless that's exactly what they want you to think. Again, fair enough. Then that person replies, don't make much sense. Or someone was applying to the paint one going, Yes, it does, because it then it doesn't look suspicious. Bright colored daycare type buildings are commonplace, normal looking buildings. It's the okay, that's bad grammar, but it's the perfect cover. Who are people coming and going? Parent daycare where custodians, they aren't criminals.
Some claim that it could be a money
I get that.
laundering center, while others suggested that it could be used for child trafficking. There was also, of course, a group that believed that this was simply a real daycare and that there's nothing more to see. Things got interesting though when one user named Deathship commented this: "I'm going to advise you guys to stop looking into this place."
Okay, so here, this is, I will guarantee you something. I'm causing a lot for this one. This one, I wanted to read that one just because I wanted to read the chats. This one, I bet you what started the actual the investigation. I bet you people just gave a guess if this guy had not said this. This response is what caused the entire thing. Because then it becomes way more suspicious than it would have been if he had not said that.
This just drove the interest in the building up even more.
Exactly.
After looking into Deathship's background, they came to the consensus that he's potentially just a troll trying to scare people. However,
Okay, that's fair enough, yeah.
that doesn't discount the other comments left by users claiming the same thing that the original poster did: that they live in the area and have never seen a kid come in or
Okay, so this guy said, well, I once saw a picture from the 1983 SLC flood. The picture was of some kids standing across the street from this place. It looked exactly the same then. We lived nearby, and the kids called it the scary house. In the 10 years I've lived in the neighborhood, I've never seen anyone come in or out of the place. Totally creepy. I mean, I feel, I don't know, because it could be a daycare. They may just not want people looking in the window, that's why it's all boarded up, but I mean, it's weird for no one to see anyone in there. Then again, maybe you'll get a better ID thing, so maybe you're full of shit.
or out in years. They also went to the Funtime Kids Care website and described it as being super sketchy and plain, with a bunch of stock images and a phone number. When people decided to call it, they were either sent to voicemail or a lady would answer in a very eerie tone before hanging up on them. One other user claimed that it's indeed a real daycare and that they used to be a mail carrier for that neighborhood.
So this guy said it's a functional daycare. I used to be a letter carrier in that neighborhood. It was full of kids every time I went there. The only strange thing is, no matter what time of day I showed up with their mail, it always seemed to be nap time. Okay, that's fucking creepy.
However, one part of their response was a little strange. They said that it is in fact full of kids, but every single time that they deliver mail, no matter the time of day, it would always be nap time. Pretty strange stuff, but that's not even the end of it. People took to Google Maps Street View to check out the place, and they determined that the windows to the daycare have been covered up for years and have hardly ever changed. One of the few instances of somebody being outside of the building is one snapshot that a user caught where someone is out in the backyard for some reason or another. This led to even more speculation, prompting people to check out the place in person, which quickly became a large problem. One Redditor claimed that they traveled to visit the daycare, and at night, when they got a glimpse inside, they saw nothing but a chair aimed at a TV, showing
Okay, so here's my response. One, don't show up there. That's because if it is a daycare, then you're just a bunch of creepy people looking at a daycare. That's fucking weird. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't show up at this daycare if you're looking into this. That's weird. It's weird. That makes you look weird. Because now you're sitting there, and now you're just a guy stalking a daycare. That's freaking weird. And then to say, oh, what are they gonna ask when you came? I came to see if you're an actual daycare. Like, weird. Don't do that. Don't show up there.
Surveillance footage of another room. Of course, many other people visited the daycare, even during, quote, operating hours, to try to get a peek into their windows. This led to another large issue in itself regarding grown adults trespassing on a private property to peek into a window of a supposed daycare with supposed children. People even began taking photos of the few children that they saw outside the place. This inevitably led to an even larger issue, so police began to monitor the place and Redditors were urged to stay away.
Yeah, because now you're just stalking kids. Now you look really suspicious. Please stop. I hope this ended. I hope people ended this thing, because this is... Oh, God, that's creepy. First, I thought the builder was creepy, but now the people investigating are creepy.
One person managed to get pictures of the inside, and it
looks like a daycare.
Seemed pretty ordinary.
Yeah. Looks like a daycare.
After doing even more digging on the place, Redditors dug up the owner's name, and it's rumored that the building owner purchased the daycare for his mother to give her something to do with her time. Allegedly, she's been running the daycare for years, even though they have multiple violations on their state record.
So this guy says, I know the guy who owns it, he's nice and nothing weird is going on there. He bought daycare for his mother and runs it out of law, so she has something to do. Nothing nefarious. I've lived in the neighborhood for 5 years too and have seen people there. The person said, why all the weirdness then? Why doesn't nobody answer the phone, and when they do, why do they say hello as opposed to giving the name of the business? Why all fake profiles claiming to be on the level? Why is there not one single review of the place? Guy responds, as far as I know, it's on the level. He's a smart guy, maybe the management he hired isn't. Then the guy responds, you should tell him to get on here and dispel any rumors. Well, now when you're stalking his building, taking pictures of the children entering there, I don't think he's going to show up at all.
This is, of course, speculation and determinations from Reddit, so take these with a grain of salt. All in all, the general consensus is that this is indeed a normal daycare. A strange, eerie, and creepy one, but a daycare nonetheless. We just dove into 5 disturbing things from around the internet. I hope you guys enjoyed the concept of this, and if you have anything that you'd like me to look into.
Okay, everybody, I would like you to subscribe to his channel. The guy's very good. You can tell he's very good at what he does. The man has, hold on a second. Give me a second here. The man has 2.17 million subscribers. Give him more. Let's keep him going. Get his subscribers higher. I appreciate all of you watching this. If you could do me a favor and subscribe to this channel, if you could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. You know you have homework to do, all my people. Give me an update on the people from Tornado. And who was the other one? Hold on, I gotta remember. Oh, decipher what was in the what was being said by the radio station thing. If you guys could give me all those things in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for watching. We got one more to do tonight. For me, at least. I got one more to do tonight. You probably won't get this till the next day, so Monday or maybe Tuesday. I'm not really sure. But I'll see you for the next one. And